Hi all, Armchair Artist here. Today I thought I'd show you how I painted this robin and some autumn leaves. So here we go. First let me apologise when you can see that I've already got the robin and some leaves on the screen. The reason for that is when I played it back in iMovie, the first portion of the video, the robin was actually in landscape mode. Turned him round so he was the right way up, but when I played it back again, only half of the bird was showing. So that portion of the video I've had to scrap. So apologies for that, but you can see I've got a robin on the screen and some leaves that I've put on with a stamp brush. I do that just to aid composition. All I've got to do is add some branches later, and it just gives me an established start. I've never painted robin before. I've never painted any birds digitally before. I've only done 2 or 3 with traditional methods. So I'm doing the robin first, because if the robin doesn't come out, then I haven't got a painting. I may as well go back and paint some roses or something. So here I'm trying to get on with this robin. It's coming out reasonably well. The tail needs a bit of work doing on it here. The back feathers look a bit like a tortoise, and he's a bit on the fat side, so I've trimmed him down. I think he must have eaten a bit too much Christmas cake, so I've taken a little bit off his side, and he's looking reasonable, good enough to continue with the drawing anyhow. Having decided that the robin was good enough to proceed, I now opened another layer and decided to do a bit of a background. A few blodges and splodges and some branches that look like watercolour branches, and I thought that set it off quite nicely. Now all I had to do was set about trying to do leaves. Autumn leaves I haven't tried to do before, but except in watercolour, and to be honest they haven't come out very well. At this point I'm still trying to get some sort of confidence that this painting's going to work out well. I've done one leaf, and now I'm messing about with branches and putting those in, trying to get a feel for how it's going to go. And I quickly get the hang of doing the leaves, and I think they're looking reasonably good at this point, so I'm quite pleased with myself. All I've got to do now is carry on and do the same for all the rest of the leaves. One of the important things with doing a painting like this is to establish a colour palette before you start, really. You can't do this sort of painting by keep going backwards and forwards to the colour wheel, selecting different reds and different browns. It's better to establish all the colours of the palette early on. You can always add to it later, but basically set up your colour palette, and in my case it's several shades of red and some browns and a green and a light yellow, and other than that I've stuck to that same palette all the way through, and it helps to give the painting some harmony. Regarding brushes for this painting, I used 3. That was the grunge brush, which can be found under textures, and 2 inking brushes, the fine tip inking brush and the Gensinki inking brush. Soon established a method for doing the leaves. I had the basic background colour of each leaf already there, so on top of that I painted several tones of red and green, making sure that I moved the brush from the centre of leaf towards the outside, going between the veins, and this helped to give it some sort of reality. I found if you just painted blotches all over it, it didn't come out very good. So try to paint between the veins and from the centre outwards. Once I'd done that, I managed to use the eraser to remove some bits of leaf so they look like they've been eaten away, or the wind's blown them, they're starting to rot. So by taking out bits of leaf and then doing a brown fringe around that, it give it a very realistic look. You can see I've just added a couple of extra leaves to help with the composition and partly break up that horrible bit of back on the robin. But you can watch, if you watch carefully, this is a good example of how I went about doing the leaves. You can see there how I'm reinforcing the veins and how I colour in each leaf with the various tones of red and green, and then take nibble bits away to make it look realistic. We're almost done now. I'm just doing some other little fiddly bits at the moment, putting in some more branches and things, and I've changed the opacity of the robin layer to reduce it a little bit so he sits a little bit further back in the actual painting. Then it's a matter of adding a few berries, and here you can see I'm putting 4 berries in. Now it's time to hang them up with something, and 4 didn't look very good, so I changed to 3. And then basically I populated the rest of the picture with berries. It was a bit like decorating a Christmas tree, really. And that's it. That is a painting of the robin and some autumn leaves. If you enjoyed watching this, please consider subscribing. I'm doing a painting a week roughly, and there'll be lots more videos coming along for you to, well, enjoy. I hope you enjoy. So thank you very much. I'll see you again in the next one. Any comments are very welcome. Thank you.